So let's talk to Devon Gilani. He's the Director of Policy and Practice, which works with public services and helps develop policies. Very good to talk to you, Mr. Gilani. So we're describing the confusion surrounding this credit and the landlords' reaction. Do you think they're being overcautious in some respects?
Yeah, well, I think it was a very powerful story, first of all, with Paul there. I think it's important to remember that some of the problems that he's describing are actually problems that exist with the system today. And a lot of the statistics that you had in your earlier report about how landlords treat people that are on benefits, again, reflect statistics and problems that exist with the system today. I think the question you have to ask is whether or not universal credit is going to make the system better or worse for tenants first and foremost, because actually they are the priority here.
OK, well, what's your view? Do you think it will, if it works, if it can be implemented without too many glitches?
I think it can do. I think there's a real risk of infantilizing benefit claimants here. What we're seeing, we work with a number of clients who are part of universal credit pilots and part of the demonstration projects. And what we're seeing is, again, first and foremost, primarily resilience from benefit claimants themselves. And in a sense, again, from our clients' perspectives, a lot of the fears around the impact of earlier welfare reforms, the bedroom tax or size criteria, and the introduction of the local housing allowance many years ago. There was a lot of concern about the introduction of those changes, but actually the impact as felt by landlords themselves was actually a lot less than they originally anticipated.
Yeah, but on this, I mean, I spoke to one of the landlords associations and they said, or the representatives said, well, the big difference, or one of the big differences and one of the big problems for them is they don't get paid the money direct anymore. It has to come through the tenants. And of course, that can be spent before it gets to them.
Again, of course, that's a change in that system is going to be a problem for the landlord, or at least it's going to be something that they're going to be concerned about. But you have to look at it from the tenant's perspective. I mean, primarily what we've done is essentially infantilize a large group of benefit claimants by saying, actually, we don't necessarily completely trust you to be able to manage the payment directly to the landlord yourself. And that may be something that helps the landlord out, but actually if there are issues there within that household around budgeting, it's better to tackle them at the source, because those problems then may well have a knock-on impact on people that might be struggling to pay their utility bills, for example. And it seems it's better to tackle that problem at the source, so actually that person is better able to manage their finances on the whole much more effectively. And actually that's what we're seeing that people on low incomes are perfectly capable of doing. For the small minority that may struggle, I think it's important just to remind the landlords that are listening is that there will be alternative payment arrangements in place for tenants that, for whatever reason, genuinely do struggle to manage their finances effectively in that way. But the vast majority, I think, and you have to look at it again from the tenant's perspective, will benefit from the added control they have over their money through direct payments.
OK, well, interesting points there, Mr. Gilani. Must end it there. Thank you very much indeed. Devon Gilani there, Director of Policy in Practice.